Hey guys, it's Sensei Harrison. Today I wanted to go over how you can practice at home with one tool all of you have. So that tool is going to be a belt, all right? So we can do a lot with the belt. I'm gonna go over just a few things that you can do at home to get better. Parents, this is another way that you can inspire your children to work at home. Sometimes when we have a tool, it's a little bit more fun and engaging for children versus just punching and kicking in the air. So this is a way that we can keep them entertained while they get better and persevere towards reaching their goals. All right, so we're going to take the belt, and first we're going to put it on the ground, work on our footwork. We know that a martial artist is built from the ground up. All right, so we've got the belt on the ground. We're gonna get started with some simple warm-ups that can help us get our blood flowing, get our muscles warmed up before we get into stretching and some of the more advanced things that we're going to do later on. So I'm gonna start with some bunny hops, going side to side. I'm gonna put my hands up, put my feet together, and hop back and forth, side to side. Now, I think for drills like this, it's best that we put a time on it, not so much a rep count. That way, we're building up more and more as we get more and more advanced. So instead of saying, hey, today I'm going to do 10 bunny hops, maybe you say, I'm going to do bunny hops for 30 seconds. Then you see how many you can do within that 30 seconds, and then you can increase. So maybe if you were able to do 30 in 30 seconds today, keep going. Next week you do 32 in 30 seconds. Then you do 33 in 30 seconds. And then you do 34 in 30 seconds, and so on. That way you're progressing. All right, so you can do those side to side. Just like that, you can go forward and back as well. Hands up. All right, now we can do it in the same spot. As we get more advanced, we can also move up and down the belt. You can go backwards. Focus on keeping those hands up. You do the same thing with the front and back jumps. We can also do jumping jack variations. We're going to start with a cross jack. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, hands go up, switch. You can turn it into just a run, building up that footwork. That's going to bring us to some more traditional drills. So we have that one where it's just a scissor pattern, one leg in front, one leg behind, and then switch, switch, switch. One thing that you'll notice, my heels stay off the ground. That's going to help me be a lot more agile, and it's going to translate when I'm in my guard stance. If I'm moving like this, I'm leaving a lot to be desired, and I'm doing a lot more work for no result. So let's make sure that we're staying on the balls of the feet. We're going to go into a more advanced footwork drill. Again, these are just some of the things that you can do with the belt. The possibilities are really limitless. On this one, we're going to go 1 foot at a time forward, and then 1 foot at a time moving backwards. I'm gonna go left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Right, left, left, right. Then to go back, I can do the opposite. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right. Now we're gonna work on the guard stance. So I'm gonna go into my guard stance. I want 1 foot on each side of the line. So I'm going to get into my guard stance, just like when we were doing our other footwork drills. I want to make sure that I'm keeping my heels off the ground. I'm going to move forward in the guard stance. When I move forward, I use my front leg, I pick it up, and then push off the back leg to move forward. When I want to move backwards, I'm going to pick up my back leg, push off of the front leg to move backwards. And I just practice that. So the belt's going to help make sure that my feet aren't coming too close together. A lot of times I'll see, if we use this line, for example, students are keeping their heels directly on the same line. That's going to not have you as balanced, as able to rotate. It's going to make it to where you cross your legs more often than if you have a little bit of a spread. I feel a lot more balanced here. I feel able to rotate better. I feel able to defend just as well. So I always recommend having them just a little bit offset, not too much though. All right. And so if your heel's hovering over the belt, that's fine. So you really do want the heel hovering over the belt. You wouldn't want all the way over here. That's probably too much. So just the toes on each side of the belt. Hands up, and now you're good to go. So once you've done that forward and back, now you can work left to right just by turning your body. You can work to the left and then to the right. You can switch your stance, work each side. Same thing going this way and the other stance. All right, now we've done that. Let's go ahead and add some punches. Coming back in, jab. Moving the head, making sure that you're getting the head off the line of the belt. Working just that jab. Maybe you're coming forward, jab, cross, moving the head off of the line. Then maybe you're working the cross as you move back. Cross, moving the head. And so now we're shadow sparring, we're working on footwork, we're working on our punches, all with the belt, making it more fun. We can even add in some kicks moving forward. Trying to bring that foot back. All right, now we can wiggle up the belt, and now you've got an obstacle course. Then maybe you're adding in the punches. So martial arts is all about excitement and having fun, so get creative. All right, so we've just warmed up the body, building up a little bit of a sweat. Let's go ahead and get into some stretches that are going to really help us with our kicks. But first, let's focus on the upper body. So we can take the belt. All right, I'm gonna grab the ends, put it behind my back. I'm gonna wrap my hand with the belt, you see here, and I'm going to lift. This is really going to help me stretch out my shoulders and my upper back. To make it more challenging, I can try to pull a little bit and bend my arms. I'm gonna try to bring it up higher. If it's too hard, then stretch your arms out more. If you don't have enough belt, then you can open up your belt fully and do it. So that's one way. Now we're gonna reach for our toes with the belt addition. So I'm gonna put my feet together, I'm gonna take my belt, put them underneath my feet, just the balls of my feet. I'm gonna grab and pull. This is gonna help me get a little deeper into my stretch. Now, these also work sitting down. So sitting down, I'm going to grab on to my belt after I wrap it around my feet and pull inward. Hold that for as long as you'd like. 30 seconds is probably the minimum time that you need to hold it if you want to build towards advancing in your stretch. Yes, a little bit less than 30 seconds is going to be good for warming up, avoiding injury, making sure that you're maintaining the flexibility that you already have. But if you want to improve on the flexibility, you are going to have to hold the stretch a little bit more than 30 seconds, and you're going to have to be able to persevere through a little bit of discomfort. Stretching is not always going to be painless, but it also shouldn't be too painful, right? So we want a healthy amount of discomfort. All right, same thing can be done with one leg in. Make sure that you use both hands when you use one leg in. You can switch the sides. Good. One that I also like, this doesn't really involve the belt. You can grab and hug your leg to your chest. This is going to stretch out the hips and the glutes a little bit. If that's too easy, then you can pick up your calf and ankle and hug tight while lifting up your foot towards your head. Work that on both sides. All right, now let's work some stretches that are specifically going to help us with our kick. All right, so the first one's going to help us with our front kick. I'm going to lay flat on my back. All right, I'm going to bring the knee to my chest and wrap the belt on the ball of my foot. This is very important that I choose the ball of my foot, not the middle of the foot, not the heel, the ball. I'll explain a little bit later why. From here, I'm going to apply some pressure. Try to bring this chamber up as tight as I can. And I'm going to extend. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bend the knee right back to my chest. That's 1. Again, extend. From here, I can work on my ankle position, my foot position, and making sure that I'm extending and pushing the ball of my foot into the belt. This is going to help when I kick later on, pushing the ball of the foot into the target. From here, I want to pull the belt up towards my head, and this is where you can get really deep into the stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reaching. Of course, you can always go longer than 5 seconds. Doing that is going to give you the ability to bring it higher up. All right, so that's how you can work the front kick from the ground. Let me show you how you can work the side kick and the round kick, but we're going to use the wall and the belt. We're going to start by going ahead and wrapping the belt around my foot. Let's go with the ball of the foot again for the side kick. We're going to put one hand on the wall. I'm going to chamber my leg in the position that I need my side kick to be in. Let's make sure that my bottom foot is pivoted all the way back so that it's pointing at the wall. From here, I'm going to extend. This is where I can focus on making sure that my foot placement is good by pulling the toes towards me and focusing on putting the energy of the kick into my heel. I can now start lifting up with the help of the belt to improve the height of my kick. Rechamber, that's one. And extend. Rechamber. I do as many sets as I'd like for those. Now I can do the same with the round kick. Chamber back, point the foot now, extend, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rechamber. Extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rechamber. Extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rechamber. Set down. All right, and those are some ways that just you, your belt, the ground, and the wall can practice at home and get better every single day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, go ahead, leave a comment. I'll help you out. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Great training at home. Have a great one.